I'm Amy Lauren A&R for High Definition, and today I'll be chatting with Phat Suppli, who's just released Let's Get Down with us on High Definition. Welcome to the High Definition family. How are you doing?
Hi, it's good to be part of the family. It's nice to get this track out, and I look forward to getting out a few more. And,
definitely. I feel like you're part of the family anyway, because I want to say thank you for all your support and stuff with like everybody else on the label, and it's really nice to have you on board now.
always, like I love to support a label when I'm part of it or trying to be part of it and stuff like that. And it's just, I like those ones that are just like a family, and you just all get on. You all support each other. Yeah,
that's what we try to do, and we have the WhatsApp group as well, which makes it feel like a bit more family, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Someone starts chatting and they say, "Oh, my new tune, you can check it out before everyone else." I like that. It's nice.
No, it's sick. I've got a question to ask you, actually. Where's the name Phat Suppli come from? Because that's not your real name.
That is not my real name. My real name is Claire, even though everyone thinks it's Nina, but it's not.
Oh, I thought it was
the Phat Suppli name. Yeah, no, it's not. Nina was an alias. My real name's Claire, but I've always just stay away from that. The Phat Suppli name came from, I was going to do this with a friend, but he ended up going like more techno, so he's doing his own thing. And we were actually at his dad's funeral, and he was like, yeah, we should do it. And then we just came up with the name Phat Suppli. He was like, I think my dad would like that as well. And so he was like, yeah, you can use it as a solo thing. It's fine, because he's doing his own thing and stuff. So I've kept it. And it's nice as well, because it's one of those ones where you Google it and you come up, which is always a lot of fun. You know, and I like to do the whole thing. Yeah, I like to do the whole thing where the music talks. You don't look and go, it's a war, or it's a name. And if you like it, you find out more about that person. You know, so I do it that kind of way.
No, I think that's really creative. Obviously, Higher Definition, when you Google that, you get a lot of tellies come up. So hopefully we aim to be that first pick one day, but we'll get there.
Yeah, with the TVs, you might get, you know, the 50 inches coming up before you lot, but yeah, eventually you'll be up there at the top. So
100%. So at home and stuff, how's lockdown been for you? You're in a studio now? Is that your home?
The studio, this one, is at my parents' house. Thank them very much, because it's just built in. But I do have one at home as well, which is more for just messing around, ideas. It's got my decks in it, and then I come into this one to do final mix downs and masters, or work for other people and stuff like that. And basically lockdown, nothing has really changed. I'm a studio person anyway. I've been in the studio like a hermit for half my life if I'm not out touring. So the only thing that's changed is you can't just get a call from your friends, you want to go to the pub and pop to the pub and stuff like that. So it's going to be nice to be able to finally do stuff like that.
Definitely, we'll have to go for a drink. It's been such a long time, but it's really interesting that you say it's not really changed much for you, because for some people who've been out and about and been inside, it's been very different. But I suppose a lot of producers definitely have enjoyed having the time. Like I only got into production in lockdown, and I wouldn't have done if it wasn't for that. So it's a bittersweet for a lot of people, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for me, I've been producing for, I've lost track now, it's well over 10 years. So like, if I'm not out and about DJing and stuff, I'm normally working on ideas in the studio or something like that. I have missed going on like little holidays and just getting away and things like that, you know, like camping or something. Yeah. But no, it's quite normal, to be honest. I still get to pop over and see my family because we're part of a bubble. So not really much has changed, you know, just I have to wear a mask when I go shopping. You know?
Oh, I know it. But that's lovely. I'm happy for you that it's not been too stressful, and it's been quite the norm for you. Have you got any pets at home? Have you got to spend time with your pets?
Yes, I've got 2 cats. So I think if I didn't have the cats, I would have gone out of my mind. But I've got the cats, and I play computer games with it's mainly like lads and stuff that I know from all around the world. So we play computer games. So you basically chatting to your friends every day anyway, just while getting
What's
shot.
your game?
We play Call of Duty mostly. I like Zelda as well. When I'm just playing for myself, you know, but that's just long.
Do the cats get involved? What are the cats' names, by the way?
Oh, one is called Crookshanks. Yes, he is ginger and long haired. And the other one is called Bandit. And yes, they do get involved. Every now and again, you will, like, Bandit will come up and purr down the microphone, and everyone will know who it is and straight away and everything. So yeah. Yeah,
I love that.
If this was in my house, you would be seeing them right now. They'd be right up having
I've
cuddles.
got mine. My dogs are all around, and I think our cat's out at the moment. He had a fight the other day.
Seen your videos. They're so cute. Oh,
it's so funny, isn't it? Honestly, that's the one thing I'm gonna really miss about going back out. Is it's been a really lovely experience to be able to DJ and have my dogs by my feet and in my sets with me.
Exactly. It is weird, isn't it? You get so used to just sitting at home. I mean, because I had to go to Carlisle yesterday to record the Vibe Fest set. And it's the first time I've been away from the cats for like over a day. And I was like, my cats, you know, like I'm a crazy cat lady. Oh my God.
We're all crazy. We're all crazy about our animals. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on to Let's Get Down. Tell me a bit about the track. Like, what was the inspiration behind it?
I found the vocal. I think I was working on someone else's track because I do some engineering for people as well and help them get stuff finished. I think I was working on someone else's and I heard the vocal and I was like, that would be great. And then I was like, no, I want that for myself. And then I decided that it would work really well in a drop just before some ravey kind of tune that's bouncy but still slightly dark. And so basically, what I tend to do is I make the main drop for all my tunes first, and then I work outwards. So I kind of made a beat with a little bit of a build up so that it had the words. And then I just looped it until something came into my head and I started getting an idea and then started putting the bass in and hated the kick every time. You know how that one is. You know, and it just went from there. I mean, sometimes I'll have an idea in my head and I have to try and find the vocal, and sometimes it'll be the other way around and I'll find the vocal and then I can just bounce off it and stuff. But it just all fell together. It was a really useful vocal.
Oh, that's amazing. When did you make the track? Was it in lockdown? Was it before?
It was in lockdown. Everything I have made, basically, I fully launched Phat Suppli just as lockdown hit, actually. I'd sat on the name for about 3 years while I was doing all my Nina Wild stuff. And then I decided that enough was enough and I was going to do it, and it was going to be a big summer and I was going to get out everywhere. And then I sit down and go, I'm going to do Phat Suppli. And then the world goes, yeah, COVID.
No, you're not. Not yet.
I see, like, I know you're not going to be doing anything. So, but that was fine because it meant I could sit down and I could work on getting my sound and everything. So, and I think, I'm trying to remember when I did Let's Get Down. I think it was probably about October last year or something around then. I kind of work on 3 or 4 projects at once so I don't get annoyed with them. Bounce around between the few.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, it feels like it's just, a job too much. Yeah, it feels like it's just a job, doesn't it? When you're working on just one, you're like, I've got to get it finished. Whereas when you're just bouncing around a few, it's just more fun, isn't it? You know,
mind can, yeah. But I have to say, I love your sound, and if I didn't know it was you when the record was on, and I listened to it for a little bit, like, I know your sound now. Like, you have a sound and it's fucking sick. I love it. Well done.
It's really weird. Everyone keeps saying that to me and I'm like, I'm not really aimed to do that in a way, but I guess that I always seem to manage to do that because with every alias I've done, everyone goes, I can tell it's you. Even when I'm trying to make it so they can't, they're like, I can tell it's you. I was like, all right then. But it's quite nice in a way.
It's not, and I don't mean they sound the same in a boring way. There's sound.
No, yeah.
And I just know it's your music, and it's really nice. It's quite special. I think.
Always,
yeah.
So, yeah, my mate always goes, that laser. You always use that laser. And I'm like, right, I won't use the laser anymore. I want to use something different.
No, use the
but,
laser.
you know, yeah, I think it's because we like to use the same kind of sounds and little sticky bits. So, and that laser stays.
I love lasers, mate. Right.
Honestly, like,
ask you. Sorry, we've got a little bit of a delay still, haven't we? And I get excited and I just start talking.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I was gonna say it's all about you. It's not about me. I was wanting to move on to some questions. Are you ready?
Yeah, go on then.
Oh, sorry. Is the delay got worse? I don't know if it's bad. Don't worry, we can edit this little bit out. I'm so sorry.
You look like it's fine. So yeah. Luckily, you can just cut it, can't you? So
amazing. Right, we'll move on to some questions. First of all, tell us something really random about you that not many people would know.
I used to play football for Wolverhampton Wanderers women.
Really?
Back in the day, like well back in the day. Yeah, before I got really bad knees, yeah, I used to. And I turned down West Brom.
What position did you play?
I used to play striker.
Oh, do you miss playing football? Oh, you frozen.
It went weird then. Say that again.
Oh, you froze. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I was just saying, do you miss playing football? That must be awful.
Yeah, I do. But I guess when I started it wasn't really a viable career anyway in that sense. It's come a long way since. And it's really good to see a lot of people who used to be in the same kind of circuit as me who are now like coaching some of the best teams and everything like that. So it's really nice to see that now girls can take it as a viable option as a career. But I really couldn't have done it as a viable option back then. I would have had to work like a normal job as well as trying to do it. So
it's impossible.
And also it led me to music, I guess. So it's kind of one of those. It's annoying, but I got music, so it's
oh,
yeah.
At least, do your knees play up like when, like, if you're dancing or out and about? Like, are they like bad all the time, or is it just if you're doing like
all the time? But they get worse. Like if I go to a rave and I start bouncing around, the next day I'm crippled. But it's worth it. It is well worth it. Yeah.
I'll have to we'll have to get you a special little chair to DJ, and when you get older and it's too much to stand, you get your nice chair.
So with a Zimmer frame, like yeah.
Next question. What's your proudest non-music accomplishment?
Well, most of everything I've done really has been in music. But to be honest, recently one of the proudest things is I had to relearn to walk because with my knee issues, they broke my leg at one point and they twisted it, which probably grosses a lot of people out. And I had to relearn to walk and everything. So I'm super proud of the fact that now everything is back to normal and I can go about my daily business, because that was a trying. It was like 6 months it took.
Jesus.
Like my leg wouldn't.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know it was that bad.
I don't really like advertise it in that sense because no one else can do anything about it. You know what I mean? It's something we tried different ways of trying to fix it and fix the knee pain, which sadly still haven't worked yet. And one of them was they broke my femurs. They did it separately, obviously. They twisted my lower legs and then they pinned it back together. But your muscle memory has to like relearn how to do everything because the muscles are in a slightly different place. And it was hell to start with. But, you know, people go through worse. Some people don't have legs and stuff. So, you know, I mean, I'm thankful that I'm still walking and able to do what I do. And
that is
as you say,
Congratulations, well done. Like that, I can't even imagine how hard that must have been. And wow, well done. Yeah,
yeah, it's a weird one. Yeah.
Wow, that is, yeah. I'm gonna say who's your heroes, but I feel like you're mine now. That's incredible.
Oh, bless you. To be honest, and this is gonna sound cheesy, my mum and my dad, because
that's not cheesy.
Through absolutely everything in life, they have just been amazing. They've made sure that I've been able to study what I want to study, do what I want to do in life. I've always had food and clothes and things like that. I mean, their garage, they've allowed me to keep my studio in their garage. Like they're just amazing people, and they were there with me through the whole operation thing and everything as well. And like my mum and dad are like my best mates, to be honest.
Love that. I see my mum
so much. It's the best way, isn't it? Just you get to a certain age and you start realizing that like you just hang out with your parents, and it's fun. And we go out and do like Pokemon and stuff, and they come with me and they enjoy it as well. So
that's amazing. I don't think my mum would play Pokemon with me, but she does everything else for me. So big up our parents.
Exactly, parents are amazing.
They really are. We're so lucky. When was the last time you laughed really hard, and why?
Yesterday, filming that set for Vibe Fest. And why? Because I'm talking to the photographer and saying, mate, what am I doing with my hands while we're trying to, because of course it's my first ever filming and there's no one to like vibe with. See you there with your hands going, that's dancing.
Weird. It's so weird.
We were in hysterics. Yeah. That was funny.
It's because you just become like, just how you would act normally, you don't think about it, but it is funny when someone puts a camera in front of you. Like even now I'm talking to you, like I'm glancing at myself a little bit and it's still a bit weird, but it's like,
isn't it horrible in a really weird way? Like you're fine and then someone goes, I'm recording now, and you're like, okay,
just,
like
touching and moving.
Yeah. Oh my god, I keep doing things. Yeah. And then you look at yourself and you go, well, stop doing that. Then it's more obvious because and of course, like yesterday with the mixer thing, and you're touching the mixer, and then that someone's going to watch it going, why is she touching the mixer so much?
Not even doing anything though.
Do with my hands.
No, I get it all the time. I think it's
don't think about it when you're doing it live and there's a crowd.
No, you don't, because people aren't interested in what they're not watching how you operate. They're enjoying how you're making it sound for them. But yeah, it's weird.
They can't see the decks, can they? So you can just vibe off it and you're not worrying. But when on these film things, they can see the decks and they can watch you and they can scrutinize. And
I think it's worse for us being girls as well. Like I know not everybody's out to get us. I'm not trying to pull that card, but you've been in this industry a long time. And I think it's people comment things on my posts, and I know that they just want to pull me apart because it's like, oh, you're a girl, so you can't. It has to be fake. Like the latest one I've had is apparently my decks are turned off.
Oh, I love that one. Oh my god, I've seen that one so many times, and you're like, it's not right, but sometimes the lighting gets wrong. But I mean, like this is why I haven't done live streams through the whole of lockdown, is because yes, I can get up there and I can DJ and all that sort of stuff, but I don't have the self-confidence to be in front of a camera constantly and doing everything, because I know people will rip you apart. I mean, I've not got a residency before because I wore too much clothing and stuff like that, so I mean, at least they were honest about it, which is fair play to them.
But would they have done it to a man?
If that's the thing, no, they wouldn't have. But then there are others who really, they don't pay any attention to if you're male or female. If your music's good and you can mix, then so there are wonderful people out there who have no issues with it as well. So it's
like brilliant. That. Yeah, it's not time.
But it is hard, and it's very hard to explain, isn't it, to other people? They're like, oh, but it's not like that, and you're like, yeah, but if you were female,
definitely
been in the industry as long as like we have, you See,
all the time, all the time. It just annoys me. But we'll have to have girls chat about this another time. We'll have to like dive proper into this because I think a lot of people think it doesn't happen. A lot of people no, or they don't want to accept that.
And
like, it's weird.
I mean, I did a whole before, and then somebody walked over to my boyfriend, shook his hand, and went, "Well done, mate." And I'm stood right next to him with my record bag and everything, and I was like, "Did I just not do anything? Did you not see any of that? What?" You know, and I was just like, "All right, fine, yeah, fine."
I'll get angry now.
Like that, and you're like, why is he getting the props for something I've done? Like, it's not. But then you just laugh it off, don't you? Because I mean, you know, it's just one of those things. I guess we are in a male-dominated industry, and we just work that little bit harder and prove people wrong and show them what we can do.
100%. And girls are taking over. We're all showing up, and if we all stick together, there's enough room for girls and boys. So whatever. Exactly. Right. We'll move on from this because I'll be talking to you about this all day otherwise. I'm not trying to throw shade. If you don't feel comfortable answering this question, you don't have to. But I always ask anyway. What is the one track that got popular that you just annoyed you just couldn't stand?
I said to my mum, I said, I can't answer this one. I said, because
that's fine.
I would hate someone to say it about my track. And there are. But I don't want to throw shade on anyone else, and it's not anybody else's fault that I don't like a certain thing. But there are a few that when I listen, I'm just like, why is this so big? But basically, the general population enjoy it, and it's one of those things.
Of course,
you know,
we can't all like
you can't like everything.
Exactly, that's fair. We'll move on.
No, exactly. So
yeah. Do you have any weird skills or talents that you'd like to share?
I sat trying to figure this out, and I really don't think I do, you know, like I've been trying to figure out if I've got anything weird. I mean, when I was younger, I used to be able to tell you how many of each colour Skittles were in a bowl just by looking at them. And weird stuff like that. I don't know. It's just one of them weird things. And I used to always do it. I was like, yeah, there's so many of that. But I seem to have lost that talent now I've got a bit older. I don't know.
That's
some weird little thing when I was younger. It was just, I don't know, that was just greedy, and I could just count really quick how many sweets I was getting. But
that is a skill. That is a skill. Yeah. And that is a talent. I love that.
You know. There you go. So yeah.
What's your most embarrassing moment?
I was at an event in Dubai, and this was back in the vinyl days as well, so this is more embarrassing. And like, you've got this nice stage, and they've got fake rain because, you know, it's really like hot over there, so they've got fake rain for the clubbers, and there's me melting. And I turned off the wrong deck. And because it's vinyl, you can't just like, you know, hit the keyboard a few times and do some little jiggy thing and then carry on. So I just stuck my hands up and I was like, press play again and let it just carry on. Everyone was like, yeah. And my sister, who was on stage, she's looking at me going, you messed up. And I was like, I did, but they didn't notice. They didn't notice. I was just so embarrassed. Like, wow. It's easier when you do that, when it's like digital.
Oh, 100.
You can kind of just like,
I can't DJ on vinyl.
You know.
I've got so much respect for you because I never learnt that way. I've had a go before, and it's very different. I'm so used to, because they're all electronic and quite rough, and yeah. So no, I'd say that's a skill.
And you can think of things like you can hit the Q button and reline it up and stuff. Whereas with vinyl, you can't. You have to then, you know, get the needle, put it back on, and listen to it, get it right again, and you know. I guess that's why my mixing style is a little bit more, I let the tunes play, because I come from a vinyl kind of background where you can just cut in and out of tunes really quickly and stuff like that. So I'm one of these people who likes the longer mixes and to let the tunes play into more blend and fancy cuts and stuff. So, you know what?
I agree with you. And with house as well. especially like the older house, the tracks are like 7 minutes long, and they kind of like builds up, and you know, like I learned that way. I didn't learn on vinyl, but I learned that way. So I actually prefer playing music for a bit longer. But I found that I only mix so quick is because with live streaming, I feel so uncomfortable standing there for a long time. That's why I mix so fast.
I can understand that though, because I mean, when the camera's on you and then you're stood there, like as we were saying before, in a club it doesn't matter, but when the camera's on you, so that's probably why a lot of live streamers are now doing all these fancy tricks and adding like acapellas in as well, because then it keeps you busy, it keeps other people listening as well, because they can just click off.
Definitely.
They can't in a club, they can't just walk off, they're paid, right? They're in the club, stay and listen to music, but they can just go, oh, nah, who else is on? And then, you know, so I can understand why there's a lot of people now who are doing the fast mixing and they're cutting between, and it's wicked, it's great stuff. It's just not how I do my kind of mixing, but fair play to those who do, because like the other day I was trying to do, you know, like a filter and a flange and then change the bass over and then cut the track at the same time. Yeah, I'm got enough hands. Like, how do you, yeah, I'm got enough hands for this kind of stuff. So yeah.
It's going to be interesting to play to a crowd again, because obviously I've learned new skills in lockdown. I think I'm a better DJ because of it, but I don't, if I'm playing a couple of hours, I won't be racing through like as many tracks as I do in a couple of hours. I'll definitely slow down a little bit.
It'll be lovely though, won't it? It'll be lovely to like drop something and just have a crowd react to it again, and just, I don't even care if I'm on first and there's 10 people. I'm not bothered. Just let's have a rave. Let's just.
Yeah, I'm a bit anxious. I just want to go out and do the first one and remember why I like doing it in the first place, and that's in a real booth, in a bar or in a club, not in my living room to a camera, because it's going to feel so different. It's going to be great, isn't it?
But no dogs. So you're
I'm going to miss that. I'll have to have them on like FaceTime and then like have it set up in the booth. Yeah. Do you know any funny jokes?
I really don't. I honestly, like, since this was happening and I was like, what do I know? I'm sarcastic and I make you giggle, but it's never just a joke. It's like, I can't just come out with a joke and it's funny, but I can make you giggle. So yeah, nothing that's like, I don't even know like old dad jokes or anything. I'm really bad.
I don't either. I when I had to do this, when Dots asked me this question, I had to Google something. So don't worry.
I was going to Google something and I thought, I'm just going to be honest and say, don't know anything unless it comes out of a Christmas cracker. I don't know. You know.
Roll on Christmas. Whoever I do this interview with around Christmas time, I hope they've got loads of cracker on the side.
I just pop a cracker and give you one, yeah.
What are your non-music hobbies? Do you have any non-music hobbies?
Basically just things like, you know, playing computer games, Zelda, Call of Duty, Pokemon Go, because we get to go out and about. There are a lot of people here that play it as well, like, so that's nice. And I like to go fossil hunting when I can, but that's dependent on us actually being allowed to go camping and the weather, because you kind of want to go on a weekend where it's just been shit weather, but it's not now, because the fossils come off the cliffs when there's really bad weather, if it's frozen or something, and they come off the cliffs, and then you can go to this beach. There's a beach in Minehead. It's brilliant. And you just look for them. And I've literally got one at my parents' house that's about this big.
No way!
That's a fossil of an ammonite. And I had to get it in a backpack, and I had to carry it 2 miles in a backpack. And my sister was like, you not want to lead that? Nope. Trying to get it back. It was so heavy, but it's massive. I love it. Yeah. You know, like I was like, I know I would break my back for this. So yeah, it's good fun because you get to go camping and stuff. It's a weird thing. I do realize that, like, compared to a lot of people's hobbies, but I love it because you get to go camping, you get to enjoy things, you get to go and see a new place and everything. So.
Who got you into fossil hunting? I'm sorry, that's really interesting. I don't know anybody that looks at fossils. My sister, she started collecting them. She got some wicked fossils, like little dinosaurs and stuff. And she was like,
you can actually go to a beach and we can go look for them. And I was like, what? No way. So we went, and you can find them inside slate. You can like snap slate open. You can find little imprints of fossils inside the slate and stuff like that. And so, yeah, there's meant to be a place over where she is, because she's in the Middle East, because she teaches there. And there's meant to be a place over there where you can get different fossils, because of course, like, you only get certain ones in England.
Yeah.
You get different ones elsewhere. So yeah, but I always liked dinosaurs when I was a kid. It was one of them.
So me and James are just looking at each other. This is so, I'm really excited about this.
I'll WhatsApp you a picture later of the fossil. I'll show you a picture of the fossil with my hand next to it so you can see how big it is.
As a child, I thought, you know, like, it's all exciting, but I didn't really think it was something that was real. Like, it's really fascinating.
Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant. I love going to places. We went to the the Natural History Museum in London once, just to look at them. You do not have enough time in a day to go around that entire place and look at stuff, and it's just amazing. My friends say I'm geeky, and I think I probably have to agree with them. I am that type of person, technology and weird little geeky things, and as you can probably see, like the Lego and the Marvel and everything as well. Like, you know, one of those geeky girls. But
I love it. It's quirky, and it's, who wants to be the same as everybody else? It's boring.
I was always just brought up to be myself and enjoy what I enjoy, and it doesn't matter if it's, you know, like a boy or a girl thing.
Of course, it's important. Know, everything should be for everyone.
Yeah, if you like it, have fun and go and enjoy it. It doesn't matter. Don't put a label on it. Just go and enjoy yourself and do your thing.
100%. I forgot to ask you as well. Sorry, whereabouts are you located? Like, where are you based? Where? Because you were saying like near to you, and I don't know where you live.
Yeah. Wolverhampton.
Wolverhampton.
So just from Birmingham. Yeah, for those who don't. I know I'm not a yam. I speak differently.
I know. I wasn't gonna say.
Yeah.
Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to share with us? Anything else we should know about Phat Suppli?
Other than the fact that I'm currently wearing odd socks, but they actually do match.
Woo woo!
I constantly wear odd socks. Hang on, I wonder if I can. Right. So that's a rabbit with carrots, and that's a dog with bones. So, you know, animals. I can't wear a pair. I can't wear a pair of socks. It's always just been odd socks. I think it's because I was lazy once and I couldn't be bothered to like pair all my socks up and stuff, and it's just gone from there. And like, if anyone sees me ever in a pair, they're like, "What's wrong with you? Why are you wearing a pair of socks?"
I'm not feeling well. I've got matching socks.
I've got matching socks. Oh my god! The first time you buy them, wear them as like, that's it. Then they split off and with others, and I'm weird. I realised saying that out loud. That's
no, it's not. My friend wears odd socks as well sometimes. Not religiously only odd socks, but yeah, one of my friends wears odd socks, and I was like, "Oh, you're wearing odd socks?" And then I noticed, "Oh, you're wearing odd socks," and I just stopped asking because a lot of people wear odd socks.
Honestly, unless there's some reason where they're going to literally be seeing your socks, because half the time my socks are in trainers or covered up by jeans or something. Like, so no one's going to see them anyway but me. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, obviously, like if I was going for one of those, you know, normal jobs and an interview, I'd wear like a pair, maybe. But like, I can get away with it. I'm DJing. I can get away with anything.
We can wear or do what we want. It's quite good, isn't it?
It's brilliant. People are like, you'll never have a job where you can just wear trainers. Watch me.
That's true. Unless you work in a shoe shop.
Yeah, exactly. And me, no, I don't have to wear heels if I don't want to wear heels. I can just wear trainers and be comfortable. And
heels are so
no one says anything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, heels are horrible. Honestly, the women that wear heels every day are legends. Like, I don't.
My mum is a legend. Then she lives in heels, but that's because she's really short.
Oh, bless her. Oh, still legend though. If she can wear heels all day, wow, that's amazing. I couldn't. They just cripple me.
I think she's had a break in lockdown though. I don't think she wears them at home, but
it might cripple her when she starts going back out again.
She'll need one. Right, thank you so much. I think we've covered everything. Thank you, and thank you everybody for locking it in with us. Let's Get Down is out now and available to download and stream, so go and show it some love, add it to your playlists and all that. There's some live streaming soon as well, so eyes peeled. We'll be dropping some info on that one, and until next time, remember, life's better in HD.